Good morning, everyone. Today we are starting our new unit on equations, and this first lesson is all about writing equations. So I need you to go ahead and open up your new books to page 264 so we can get started. All right, let's go ahead and just look at the try it at the bottom of the screen. It says Cole buys a new laptop for $335. He makes a down payment of $50 and pays the rest in 6 equal monthly payments, which we will use P when we are talking about the payments. What equation represents the relationship between the cost of the laptop and his payments? So first things first, let's try to fill out this little blue box to help us understand what's going on here. So, how much does this laptop cost? Well, it tells us $335. Okay, and he's going to make 6 equal payments, and we need to figure out how much each payment is going to be. So, here they showed us our 6 payments with P, but he's not making those payments for the full $335 because he's already put down $50. So he has to pay the $50 plus his 6 payments of P to pay off the full $335. So the cost is going to be the down payment which was $50 plus the number of payments, we'll say monthly payments, times the monthly payment, so how much it costs, the cost of the monthly payment. So, 335 equals his $50 down plus 6 payments times P. And we don't know what P is, but we could figure it out. So we'd write that, and it would actually look like 335 times 50 plus 6 times P, or 6 times P plus 50. Why do we need to use both multiplication and addition? Because he's already made this $50 down payment. So that is already covered out of the $335. So his payment's only going to be for what's left of the $335 once you take away the $50. So over here, his entire payment needs to be equal $335. So he's already made $50. Then he needs to make 6 more payments to pay off what's left. So you add all those together, and that's how we get to our full $335. All right, let's move on. Marcia and Tamara are running a race. Marcia has run 4 kilometers. Tamara has completed 3/4 of the race and is 2.5 kilometers ahead of Marcia. Write an equation that represents the relationship between the distances each girl has run. K represents the total length of the race in kilometers. So, we know that this race is K miles long. And we know that Tamara has completed 3/4 of that race. So, Tamara has done 3/4 of K. Remember, of means to multiply, so times K. And we need this to equal 4. Because we need it to equal how much Marcia's run, because we're trying to see the distance. So the difference. If we're doing difference, we need to subtract the 2.5 that she's ahead. Question 3. At the mall, Claire buys a hat that is 60% off and socks that are reduced to $5.49. She spends a total of $9.49. X represents the cost of the hat, which of the following equations correctly represents her shopping trip. Well, we know in total she spends $9.49, so that's what we're going to be equal to. So we can already tell which one is correct. But we also need to know that X needs to go with the hat, which she buys at a 60% off. And this isn't a great question because we haven't talked about percents yet. But if it's 60% off, that means she still has to pay 40% for the hat. So that's where they get their 0.4 from. Yeah, that is not a good question since we have not gotten to our percentage unit yet, but that is actually coming next. All right, so for the rest of Buckle Down time this morning, I want you to do 2, 4, and see if you can come up with a problem for 5. So try to write your own problem represented by what they gave you in 5. And we will go over those and look at those when we come back into class and keep on going with this lesson.